Hello everyone, my name is Heidi and welcome back to my channel here on YouTube, Baby Name Sunday. So this week's video, we are taking a look at 25 plus, and some, boy names that are some of the rarest names used in Canada for 2022. These names are gonna shock you just like they shocked me because a ton of them are actually trendy, popular, rising down in the United States or even over in the UK, but here in Canada are remaining so rare. So I have some rare and unique boy name options, some inspiration for you guys that you are just going to love. I'm gonna go through the list quite quickly. These are all names that I found over on Stats Canada as they just released the 2022 most popular baby names, but also some of the most rarest baby names that were used in Canada. So without further talking, let's dive into today's name list. First up on today's list, one of the rarest names used in Canada as of 2022 is the name Ferris, spelled F-E-R-R-I-S, Ferris. This one was used, I believe, only given to 5 boys in 2022, so definitely a very rare name. And this one means strong man or iron worker. Another option here is Bodhi, spelled B-O-D-I, Bodhi. This particular spelling is actually a Hungarian name and it means God protects the king. Very similar to the Sanskrit Bodhi, B-O-D-H-I, but this one is the Hungarian spelling and a completely different name. Next up, we have Amiri, spelled A-M-I-R-I, Amiri. This is just incredibly handsome, gives you that nickname of Amir, and Amiri means the east wind, king, ruler, or treetop. Benson, spelled B-E-N-S-E-N, Benson. This is so sweet, tons of cute nicknames, Ben, Benny, great derivative of Benjamin, and Benson means son of the right hand. Zion, spelled Z-Y-A-N, Zion. This one is actually a name of a couple different origins, but it either means little king or beautification or beautiful. Just something absolutely handsome and just very charming. Titus, spelled T-Y-D-U-S, Titus. This one definitely is on the rise in the United States, I believe, but here in Canada remains so rare. Only given to around 6 babies, and it is a title of honor. I have the name Slade, spelled S-L-A-D-E, Slade, another very rare commodity here in Canada, and Slade means from the valley. Place name here is Bronx, spelled B-R-O-N-X, Bronx. Obviously, this is quite popular, very trendy down in the States, but up here in Canada is hardly ever used. It's a New York borough or village name, and it means river of high places or the end place. We have one of my favorites here on the list is Rion, spelled R-E-O-N, Rion, or it could be Rian, and this particular name means language, or in Irish, which would be Rian, and that one means king. Kaio, spelled C-A-I-O, Kaio. This is a great Kai alternative if you want that nickname. And Kaio is actually a little bit more used over in Europe, but also down in like South America, in those more like Latin American regions. Next up, we have Farley, spelled F-A-R-L-E-Y, Farley. Now, Farley means fern clearing, and I've actually seen this quite a bit over in the UK being used, but here in Canada, remaining very rare and unique. Now, as I'm making my way down the list here, please let me know if any of these names are popular in your region. You can mention maybe your country, and then if it is rare or not, and then maybe also add a name that would be considered rare to you guys over where you live. There is so many names on this list that really surprises me, so make sure you leave those in the comments below, and then make sure you guys are also subscribed and hitting the thumbs up button if you are loving today's list. Okay, next up, a really great one like Ethan, Nathan alternative is the name Athen, spelled A-T-H-A-N, Athen. I really love this because it makes me feel like Athens, like from Greece, and I think that kind of really draws me to the name, but also the meaning is really incredible. It means eternal life. A great occupational name here is Mercer, spelled M-E-R-C-E-R, Mercer. It's a very rare occupational here in Canada, but again, down in the United States, I've definitely had many clients, but also people in general love this name. So Mercer means messenger or merchant. Next on the list here, very powerful, is Thor, spelled T-H-O-R, Thor. This actually was one of my very first names I ever fell in love with. I remember camping when I was like 5 years old and I'm like, I love the name Thor. I'm gonna name my boy Thor. It literally was one of my favorite boy names. And Thor is the Norse god of thunder, strength, and rain. E name here next, and I think it's very powerful. I love the meaning, and it's very similar to lots of popular and trendy names right now, and that's the name Essam, spelled E-S-S-A-M, Essam. I hear like Ethan, also Liam, Sam, Eli, all of those sorts of names. This kind of falls right into that, and Essam means defended, protected, and well preserved. Another really charming romantic name here is Percival, spelled P-E-R-C-I-V-A-L, Percival, with that nickname of Percy. Now this one, definitely in particular, over in the UK, Percival you'll find much more frequently than here in Canada. It's very rare here, and more so used as a surname, and only that. Now Percival means one who pierces the valley. All right, next up here, definitely a kind of spelling derivative, but this is the name Hayes, spelled H-A-Y-Z-E, Hayes. I love this spelling so much. I had to add it because I find Hayes, H-A-Y-E-S or H-A-Z-E is a little bit trendy right now, on the rise, especially over in the US. Haze, this is great. It either means enclosure or misty fog. Niall, spelled N-I-L-E, Niall. This is one of my favorite names ever. I just love the sound of it, and name for a boy. Oh, I just love it so much. It's a river name, and it also means champion. Another very rare Greek name here in Canada, but I'm kind of surprised because there's one in Aries' class, but in 2022, this was given to only 5 babies in all of Canada, and that's the name Theron, spelled T-H-E-R-O-N. Theron. Now this one means hunter, and Theron was actually an early 20th century novelty ranking name. It was in the top 500s back in the 20th century, but now is definitely extremely rare. Next up here, and a little bit definitely more trendier on the girl side, but on the boy side, extremely rare, is Addison, spelled A-D-D-I-S-O-N, Addison. I love this for a boy, and this big trend right now, especially over in the US, is girl sounding or girl names for boys. This totally falls right into that category, and Addison means son of the red earth, or it means son of Adam, so it could be a great honorary name. Next up, a couple of really masculine sounding names here. So we have Carver, spelled C-A-R-V-E-R, Carver. This is really great for an alternative to like Colton, Cole, those sort of names, or even Cade. Carver is very rare here in Canada, and it means wood carver. Then for another masculine sounding one here is Brogan, spelled B-R-O-G-A-N, Brogan. I've mentioned this a few times actually on the US name list. This is quite up there. Guys, this was only given to less than or just 5 boys in Canada. Now, Brogan means small shoe or sturdy shoe, which kind of symbolizes being well-grounded and reliable. Another Z name here, like Zion, we have Zade, spelled Z-A-D-E, Zade. This is so cool. I personally would use this in a heartbeat, and I'm shocked that it's one of the more rarer names in Canada, Zade, and Zade means increasing in goodness. I have the name Tegan, spelled T-E-A-G-A-N, Tegan. Definitely a lot more popular on the girl side, but on the boy side, remaining so unique. This is so amazing for a little boy. I absolutely love it. And this one means little poet. Last 4 names here on the list list. So next up we have Renly, spelled R-E-N-L-E-Y, Renly, with that nickname of Ren. This with Tegan. I love these two names for a boy because they're more so popular, trendy, all of that on the girl side. But on the boy side, it's just one of those wow-worthy names to me, like definitely a double take style name. And Renly means clearing or meadow. I have the name Tobin, spelled T-O-B-I-N, Tobin. This one's actually a diminutive of the name Tobias. And Tobin means God is good. This is so adorable and I think would be a really great alternative to like Theo and Leo, those sort of like sweeter, softer sounding names, even Luca. Tobin, this is just really sweet with that nickname of Toby. Another more so girl name for boys is the name Brooklyn, spelled B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N, Brooklyn. Guys, this is one of those New York-esque inspired names. So cool for a boy. I think the only Brooklyn I've ever heard of for a boy is Brooklyn Beckham, David Beckham and Victoria Beckham's son. Brooklyn, guys, though, for a boy, top notch. And Brooklyn means marshland, and it's, as I said, a place name. Now that brings me to my final name on today's rarest names used in Canada for 2022, and this is the name Elijah, spelled E-L-I-A-H, Elijah. Now Elijah and Eli are very, very popular and trendy names right now for boys. They have just such amazing biblical ties and just in general religious ties, but Elijah is just a great modern alternative, especially alongside Elias. This is wonderful. It means Jehovah is God. It is an Elijah diminutive, and I feel like with the name Esam, Athan, and Elijah, those are very rare names here that can be used as alternatives to some of those more common and popular names, like, you know, the Theodore, the Ethans, the Sams, Eli, and even like Liam's as well. Those are some really great name options. So I hope you guys loved today's list. It was really so fascinating to see what names are looking like in Canada, and I'm definitely going to be doing the girls list of this next week, so make sure you guys are staying tuned for that, for some really great girl name ideas that are rare here in Canada, but definitely so usable and wonderful name options. So thank you again for watching. If you guys also are on the hunt for names or in general looking for name ideas and you need some help, I do offer one-on-one name consultations where basically I curate and generate a custom name list just for you based off your style and what you are looking for. So if that is something that interests you or you have any questions, you can send me an email. I'll have my email right here, but you can also DM me over on Instagram with any questions you might have. All right, take care. Have a great weekend. Have a great Thanksgiving weekend for those of you guys are in Canada. It's Thanksgiving weekend right now, so happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you guys next Sunday with another baby names list. All right, bye.